A warm welcome from Bharat Institute of Higher Education and Research. Myself S. Balaji, Assistant Professor, Department of Electronic and Communication Engineering, and my topic is Properties of Fourier Series from the course Signals and System. So, properties of Fourier series. There are 8 properties of Fourier series: linearity, time shifting, frequency shifting, time scaling, time reversal, differentiations in time, differentiations in frequency, and finally convolutions. So, all these 8 types of Fourier series comes under the properties of Fourier series. So, let us discuss briefly one by one. The first type is linearity. The first property is that we want to look at its term as the linearity property of a Fourier series. We have two signals x1 of t with Fourier series x1 of omega and x2 of t with the Fourier series x2 of omega, where omega is angular frequency. It obeys superpositions and homogeneity principles. So let us check x1 of t. If I take x1 of t Fourier series, I will get x1 of omega. If I take x2 of t is the input. If I take a Fourier series, I will get x2 of omega. So a1 x1 of t plus a2 x2 of t, if I transfer to a Fourier series, then it is changed as a1 capital x1 of omega plus a2 capital x2 of omega. So this capital x1 of omega indicates the Fourier series of x1 of t, and this x2 of omega indicates the Fourier series of x2 of t. So if x of t, if I take Fourier transform for x of t, I will get x of omega, and if I take a Fourier transform of y of t, I will get y of omega. Then the linearity property states that a of x of t plus b of y of t, which gives you a x of omega plus b y of omega. So this is the expression for the linearity property. A second property is time shifting property. A time shifting property is where we consider x of t with Fourier series x of omega, and then there is a time shifting of t naught. So a time shifting I am taking as a t naught, that is x of t becomes x of t minus t naught, which is x of t delayed by t naught, that is t minus t naught. So x of t, if I take a Fourier transform, I will get you x of omega, and we considering x of t minus t naught. If I take a Fourier transform, x of omega we will get. That is x of t. If I take Fourier transform, I will get you x of omega. This is a Fourier transform of x of t. So x of t minus t naught indicates x of t delayed by t naught. So x of t is x of, if I Fourier transform, x of omega is a Fourier transform of x of t, and x of t minus t naught is x bar of omega. If x bar of omega indicates the Fourier transform of x of t minus t naught, that is x of t delayed by t naught. So x of omega, the x bar of omega is equal to, the formula is for the Fourier series is integral of minus infinity to infinity x of t minus t naught, that is x of t. In term of x of t, I am using time shifting, so I am substituting in term of x of t minus t naught I am substituting. So formula of x of omega is integral of minus infinity to infinity x of t into e power minus j omega t into dt. So this is x bar of omega, so I am applying x of t delay by t naught. Therefore x of t minus, in term of x of t I am substituting x of t minus t naught into e power minus j omega t into dt. That is t minus t naught is equal to t bar. So dt is equal to dt bar. Now x of omega is equal to integral of minus infinity to infinity x of t minus t naught into e power minus j omega t into dt. Now set t minus t naught is equal to t bar, that is dt is equal to dt bar, and therefore now if you simplify this, we have x of omega is equal to integral of minus infinity to infinity x of t bar in term of x of t minus t naught, because t minus t naught is equal to t bar into e power minus j omega t bar dt bar into e power minus j omega t naught. So integral of minus infinity to infinity x of t bar, that is t in term of t minus t naught, I am substituting x of t bar into e power minus j omega t bar plus t naught into dt. I am just separating this e power minus j into t minus t plus t naught. If I separate this term, I will get x of t bar into e power minus j omega t bar into dt dot e power minus j omega t naught. I'm just multiplying inside. I will get two values if I multiply inside. That is e power minus j omega t bar into e power minus j t naught. So this step I will get. So this whole term indicates x of omega bar. That is x of omega bar is equal to integral of minus infinity to infinity x of t bar into e power minus j omega t bar into e power minus j omega t naught into dt bar. So x of omega bar is equal to x of omega into e power minus j omega t naught. Because all these three terms has bar values, only this terms has doesn't have bar values. So I am taking that formula outside. So this indicates this is the formula of x of omega. So I am multiplying x of omega into e power minus j t naught. So this e power minus j t naught is a complex exponential. So this is nothing but x of omega t power minus j omega t naught is, so we have x of omega is equal to x of omega e power minus j omega t naught, and this e power minus j omega t naught is a complex exponential. So x of t minus t naught is equal to x of omega into e power minus j omega t naught. So x, if I give you x of t minus t naught, that is time shifting in time. So x of t minus t naught is shifting in time. If I give you a Fourier transform, if I convert into a Fourier transform, I am getting the modifications of in frequency, that is x of omega into e power minus j omega t naught. So we have the Fourier transform of x of t minus t naught as x of omega into e power minus j omega t naught. So a shift in time result in a modifications in a frequency. And next type is frequency shifting. A frequency shifting properties of a Fourier transform. So this is a dual of the time shifting, that is the modulations in time corresponds to a shift in frequency domain. So we have e power j omega naught t into x of t. If I take a Fourier transform for the frequency shifting, I will get x of omega minus omega naught. The another interesting property is the time scaling property. So that is frequency shifting means e power j omega t naught x of t. If I, this is the modulations in time. Okay, if I shifted to, if I take it to a Fourier transform, I will get you x of omega minus omega naught. That is frequency shifting frequency domain. We will get you as an output. And next type is time scaling. Time scaling is x of t. X of t, everyone knows x of t. If I take a Fourier transform, we will get you x of omega. So x of omega is a Fourier transform of x of t. So if I take time scaling, I will get x of t, change it as x of a t. So this x of a t, if I take you the Fourier transform for this x of a t, I will get 1 by a into x of omega divided by a. So this x of a t gives you, this x of a t is strength bar expand in time. So that is equal to expand bar strength in frequency. So a string bar expand in time is equal to a expand bar string in frequency. Consider a greater than 0. That is a positive constant. Then let us consider x of t. If I take a Fourier transform from this x of t, I will get you x of omega. Then x of at, if I take a Fourier transform, I will get 1 by a into x of omega. That is a is greater than 0. Now you can see that x of at is a strength versions of x of t, which means in the frequency domain, you have 1 by a x of omega, that is a is greater than 0, which means it expands by the factor of a. Similarly, if a is less than 1, then x of at is an expanded versions of x of t. And corresponding in frequency domain, 1 by a x of omega, a is less than 0, is a strength versions of x of omega. So basically, the expansions in the time leads to a shrinking in the frequency, and similarly a shrinking in time or a scaling down in time leads to an expansions or scaling up in frequency. So if it is well localized in time, that is it becomes more and more localized in time, impulse it become less and less localized in frequency. The Fourier transform for impulse in time is 1. That is, it's spread over the entire frequency axis. As it starts expanding in time, then it starts shrinking in frequency. And this is a well-known property of the Fourier transform. The frequency, the time frequency localized. So a time scaling is, consider if a is greater than 0, that is a positive constant. So let us consider x of t. If I take a Fourier transform, we will get you x of omega. Then x of at, if I take a Fourier transform, I will get x of a into x of omega divided by a. That is, a is greater than 0. Now you can see that x of at is a strength versions of x of t, which means in the frequency domain, you have 1 by a of x of omega. That is, a is greater than 0, which means it expands by the factor of a. It extends by the factor of a. Similarly, if a is less than 1, then x of at is expanded versions of x of t. So, as it starts expanding in time, then it starts shrinking in frequency, and this is the well-known property of the Fourier transform, the time frequency localizations. So x of omega is equal to integral of minus infinity to infinity x of at e power minus st into dt. So this is the property of expressions for a Fourier transform. So as you know that at is, I'm taking as a at is equal to t bar. So similarly, dt is equal to 1 by a into t bar. So if I substitute the value, I will get x of t, because at is equal to t bar, right? So I'm substituting in term of at, I'm substituting t bar. So x of t bar into e power j omega t by a, t bar by a, because in term of in term of dt, I'm substituting 1 by a into dt. So in the term of dt, I'm substituting dt bar by a. So let us take these equations. Integral of minus infinity to infinity x of t bar into e power j omega t bar by a into dt bar by a. So which impulse x of omega is equal to integral of minus infinity to infinity x of t bar e power j omega t bar by a into dt bar by a is equal to 1 by a integral of 1 by a integral of minus infinity to infinity x of t bar e power j omega by a t into d bar, which is nothing but 1 by a x of omega by a, assuming a greater than 0. So 1 by a x of omega by a, assuming a greater than 0. So if I take a commonly 1 by a outside, I will get you like this equation. 1 by a integral of minus infinity to infinity x of t bar e power j omega by a t bar into dt by. So if I take commonly outside, I will get x of this x of omega will become x of omega by a. Right? So this 1 by a x of omega by a is nothing but assuming that a is greater than 0. So this is the Fourier transform of x of at, that is a is greater than 0. So this is nothing but the Fourier transform of x of at, that is a is greater than 0. So our next type is time reversal. So x of t, if I take a Fourier transform, I will get the x of omega. So x of omega is the Fourier transform of x of t. So this is time reversal, right? So for time reversal, I'm taking x of minus t. So x of minus t indicates reversals in time. So if I take a Fourier transform for x of minus t, I will get x of minus omega. So this is x of minus omega is capital X of minus omega is reversals in frequency. So the time reversal property of the Fourier transform states if x of t, if you take a Fourier transform, I will get you x of omega, then you can show that x of minus t of Fourier transform is x of minus omega. That is a reversal in time leads to reversal in frequency, as this can be shown easily. So what we have seen in this module is that we continue our analysis of the Fourier transforms, and we have to look at the Fourier transform of the exponential. So if you take if you take a reversals in time, that leads to it will take you a reversal in frequency. So that is x of minus t of Fourier transform, take it as x of minus omega. And next type is differentiations in time. So differentiations in time is x of t of Fourier transform is x of omega. So d by dt of x of t is what? So that only we have to look it out. So x of t, so everyone knows the formula of Fourier transform. X of t is equal to 1 by, inverse Fourier transform formula is x of t is equal to 1 by 2 pi integral of minus infinity to infinity x of omega e power j omega t into dt. So this is inverse Fourier transform equations. X of t is equal to 1 by 2 pi integral of minus infinity to infinity x of omega e power j omega t into d omega. So if you want to take a differentiations in time, so let us look at the differentiations in time. We have x of t with the Fourier transform of x of omega. Okay, we have a x of t with the Fourier transform x of omega, and we need to find the Fourier transform of d by dt of x of t. Let us start with the inverse Fourier transform, which is x of t is equal to 1 by 2 pi integral of minus infinity to infinity x of omega e power j omega t into dt. Now d by dt of x of t is equal to, so differentiate these equations, differentiate x of t, differentiate the x of t. If I differentiate the x of t, I will get d by dt of x of t is equal to 1 by 2 pi d by dt integral of minus infinity to infinity x of omega e power j omega t into dt. Now move the differentiations inside the integral. We have 1 by 2 pi. 1 by 2 pi is the constant, so I am taking, 1 by 2 pi is 1 by 2 pi. If I differentiate this equation, I will get d by dt of integral of minus infinity to infinity x of omega e power j omega t into dt. So if I differentiate d by dt of x of omega, I will get j omega. So therefore, 1 by 2 pi integral of minus infinity to infinity j omega x of omega e power j omega t dt into d omega, and this is nothing but the inverse Fourier transform of j omega x of omega. Therefore, a differentiations in time is equivalent to multiplying by j omega in the frequency domain. So as I said before, so if I differentiate x of omega, I will get 1 by 2 pi integral of minus infinity to infinity d by dt. If I differentiate x of omega, so x of omega will change it as j omega. That is, uh, if I differentiate this equation, that is differentiations of x of omega e power j omega t j omega, I will get Fourier transform of j omega into x of omega. So d by dt of x of t gives you j omega x of omega. So this x of j omega is Fourier transform of derivatives. So as I said before, the integrations of, if I differentiate x of omega e power j omega t dt, I will get x of omega, so differentiations of x of omega e power j omega t into dt is equal to 1 by 2 pi integral of minus infinity to infinity. So d by dt will become as a j omega x of omega into e power j omega t into d omega. So differentiations will change it as j omega. D by dt is changed as j omega, and this is nothing but the inverse Fourier transform of j omega x of omega. So therefore, the differentiations in time is equivalent to the multiplications by j omega in the frequency. So 1 by 2 pi integral of minus infinity to infinity x of omega j omega. In term of d by dt, I am substituting the value j omega. So remaining term is e power j omega t into d omega. So this x of omega j omega is the Fourier transform of j omega x of omega. So that is d by dt of x of t is j omega x of omega. So j omega x of omega is a Fourier transform of derivation. And next type is frequency in, differentiations in frequency. So similarly, we also have differentiations in frequency, which is given by minus j t x of t, which gives you d by dt of x of omega. So d by dt of x of omega is the Fourier transform of minus j t x of t. So everyone knows x of t, x of omega is the differentiation. So x of omega is the Fourier transform of x of t. So minus j t x of t is the differentiations in frequency. If I take Fourier transform for this differentiation in frequency, we will get to d by d omega into x of omega. So that is, if we differentiate in frequency with respect to omega, the corresponding time domain signal is multiplied by minus j t. So this can be proved similarly to the proof for differentiations in time. Now consider the integrations in time. Let us say x of t as a Fourier transform of x of omega. Then we have integrations of minus infinity to t x of tau into d tau gives you a pi into x of 0 into del omega plus 1 by j omega x of omega. Now the another property is the convolution property of the Fourier. So this is the Fourier transform of the integral. That is integral of x of tau into d tau. That is integral of minus infinity to t x of tau into d tau. If you take a Fourier transform for this integral in time, I will get pi x of 0 in the del of omega plus 1 by j omega x of omega. So this is the integrations in time. If I take integrations in time for this Fourier transform, for this equations, the Fourier transform of integral will be the output of pi x of 0 del of omega plus 1 by j omega x of omega. So this is differentiations in frequency. That is minus j t omega x of omega, which gives you d by dt of x of omega. That is, if we differentiate in the frequency with respect to omega, the corresponding time domain signals is multiplied by minus j t. So this can be proved similar to the proof for differentiations in time. Finally, convolutions. Next topic is convolutions. So we know that x of t of Fourier transform is x1 of omega. X2 of t of Fourier transform is x2 capital X2 of omega. Now the convolutions of x1 of t and x2 of t is given as x of t is equal to x1 of t into x2 of t. So this x1 of t into x2 of t is the convolutions operations. So this x of t bar is equal to x1 of t into x2 of t. So if I take this is equal to integral of minus infinity to infinity x of, I'm taking as a Fourier transform method. So if I take as a Fourier transform method, I will get minus integral of minus infinity to infinity x1 of tau into x2 of t minus tau into dt. So x of t is equal to x1 of t into x1 of t into x2 of t is equal to integral of minus infinity to infinity x1 of tau into x2 of t minus tau into d tau with respect to tau. Now we can look at the Fourier transform of the convolutions of these two signals. That is x of omega bar is equal to minus infinity to infinity x bar of t e power minus j omega t into dt. This is the expression for the Fourier series. Substitute for x bar of t. So substitute for x bar of t, I will get integral of minus infinity to infinity, that is x of tau, x2 of x1 of tau into x2 of tau t minus tau, x2 of t minus tau into e power minus j omega t d tau. This whole term is the Fourier transform of x of tau, right? So interchange the order of integrations. I will get, I'm taking this x of tau outside, then I will get integral of minus infinity to infinity x of tau. I'm taking this value, integral of minus infinity to infinity x2 of t minus tau into e power minus j omega t into dt into d tau. So this term has Fourier transform of delay signal, that is x2 of t minus tau. So this is delay signal of Fourier, and that is Fourier transform of delay signal x2 of t minus tau. That is x2 of omega into e power tau. So check it out here. We can substitute for x of t, that is x of omega. I'm separating x1 of tau outside. So now we can interchange the order of the integrations, and we get x of omega is equal to integral of minus infinity to infinity x1 of tau into integral of minus infinity to infinity x2 of t minus tau into e power minus j omega t into dt into d tau. And thus the outer integral will become, the outer integral, this outer integral will become with respect to tau, because with respect to tau. Now we can see that the inner integral is nothing but the Fourier transform of the signal x2 of t, because x2 of t minus tau, right? So this is nothing but the inner integral is nothing but the Fourier transform of the signal x2 of t delayed by tau. Therefore, this will become x of omega is equal to integral of minus infinity to infinity x1 of tau into x2 of omega into e power minus j omega t into d tau. And that is equal to x2 of omega I'm taking outside. So because I'm taking with respect to tau, okay, so the outer integrals will become with respect to tau. So I'm taking x2 of omega outside. Then I will get minus infinity to infinity x1 of tau into e power minus j omega tau into d tau. So the integral with which is left is nothing but the Fourier transform of x1 of t. So this will become x of omega is equal to x1 of omega, x2 of omega, which is the Fourier transform of convolutions of two signals. So that is x1 of t into x2 of t, which gives you the x1 capital X1 of omega and into x of omega. So this is a convolutions in time. If you take a Fourier transform, it leads to multiplications in frequency, that is capital X1 of omega into capital X2 of omega. So therefore, we can see that the convolutions is in time leads to multiplications in the frequency domain. This is the one of the most interesting and important property which makes the Fourier transform very useful. So x1 of t Fourier transform gives you capital X1 of omega. So capital X2 of t gives you capital X2 of omega. The output what we get is x1 of t into x2 of t of Fourier transform gives you 1 by 2 pi x1 of omega into x2 of omega. And similarly, the another properties which is the dual of this, that is when you multiply in time, we have x1 of t, x2 of t of, if you take a Fourier transform, we will get you 1 by 2 pi into x1 of capital X1 of omega into capital X2 of omega. So multiplications in time naturally leads to convolutions in frequency domain. So the multiplications in time is x1 of t, small x1 of t and small x2 of t, which leads to 1 by 2 of x1 of omega into x2 of omega, and this is convolutions in frequency. So what we have seen in this model is we have continued our discussions of the property of the Fourier series, and we have looked at the differentiations in time and frequency domain and integrations in time domain, and we have also looked at the property, convolution property of the Fourier series.